yogis? Tina here. We're here for another vinyasa flow. So if you're not familiar, what vinyasa flow is, simply moving with the breath. We aren't going to be doing any challenging poses, but we're definitely going to build some heat in the body. Now, before we get started, if you haven't yet subscribed by clicking this button right down here in the corner, it would do me a huge favor if you did do that right now. And then we're going to start sitting back on your heels exactly as I am. Go ahead and rest the hands down on the tops of your thighs. Take a couple of deeper breaths. So now what we're going to do is come up off of the heels just a bit and let the hips drop over towards the right side of the mat, and the feet are going to sweep towards the left. So you're sitting in this asymmetrical seat. The arms are going to reach up on an inhale, and then let the left hand fall over by the feet. Continue reaching up and then side stretch over. Keep the right ear closer to the right arm as opposed to just letting the head drop down. And now take the right arm and the gaze and reach all the way left. So you're adding a little bit of a fold. And then the right arm comes up and all the way back. So the palm will be facing up. So you've got that external rotation at the shoulder. And then with the breath, it's an exhale to come forward to find more of that fold. And the inhale, big open up. And we'll take two more of those. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Pause here with the fingers pressed nice and wide. Let now the heel of the palm press out and extend through the fingers so you get a stretch for your wrist and your forearm. Now gaze forward, drop the hand down off the side of the mat. You'll come back to sitting on the heels for a brief moment, and then we'll unload that right foot. So right foot comes out directly underneath the knee. Right arm will come inside that right knee, float the left arm up, and we'll take a counter twist now over towards the left. You can keep the arms straight or wrap it around your low back. Check in that that right knee isn't pressing the elbow towards the opposite side of the mat. Then you'll come forward again and the hands are going to go behind you. So a little bit of a trust fall. Have the fingertips face in towards the body, extend through the arms and press your chest higher. So this might be enough for you. If you've got a little further to go, see about lifting the hips off of the heel and you get a nice stretch for the top of left leg. Then you'll rest the heels down. We're going to come all the way forward to your tabletop. Hands plant out in front of you, knees to the mat. And then just take a moment to straighten each leg, give a little donkey kick back to reset the knee joints. And then we'll find your high plank pose. Keep the fingers spread nice and wide. Gaze is down, belly button hugging up and in. Take another deep breath here. And then we'll go down dog, exhale. Take a little half step in with the feet so you've got a shorter downward facing dog. And then you can bend into one knee at a time. Take a gaze towards opposite side of the mat, getting into the neck. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Step the feet to touch at the top of the mat with your inhale breath, and then fold to release, exhale. Come all the way up to standing, circle the arms overhead, and then hands find heart center. And we'll go right back up. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Plank pose for your inhale. And we'll take a low plank. So keep pressing the mat away from you the whole time as you bend elbows. Transition to your upward face. Pull heart forward, but crown of the head is up. And then downward dog. Exhale.
There could be a few more movements here for you in your downward face. You'll want to come into stillness a little sooner though. Right leg will float into the air, three-legged dog. Take a moment to keep that leg straight, but stack the hips. So you're pressing the pinky edge side of the foot higher towards the ceiling. Keeping the leg straight, square it back off so the toes are facing down, and then glide out to your three-legged plank, so the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, kick all the way back, three-legged dog. Exhale, stack the hips. Inhale, square it off. And exhale, glide it forward. We'll take one more round. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, stack. Inhale, square. Exhale, glide forward. Now inhale, three-legged dog. And we're gonna step right foot just inside right thumb, setting up for your high lunge. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. From here, palms will come to touch and you'll take your Stipa Mudra, first two fingers facing upward. Extend right leg and squeeze the inner thighs together. Use your core strength to exhale your twist to the right. Use your next inhale to face forward, and then an exhale, bend both knees. Inhale, straighten the legs, and exhale, twist right. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend and hold for 3, 2, and on 1, straighten the legs. Let the arms go, and now take an interlace at the low back. Roll the shoulders down, lift your heart towards the ceiling, and extend your spine. As you come forward, rebend your front knee, and now take a nice lean out. So a lot of core and back strength to keep your torso lifted off that right leg. Extend the arms out in front of you, and then lower your hands all the way down. Right foot is going to step back to your high plank pose, and then the heels are going to drop left for your side plank. You can lower this left knee down, and then float your right arm up. Give that wrist a circle, and then reach it long beyond the top end of your mat. Now, if your left knee is not lowered, lower it down now. Let's bring right hand down to the mat. Float your right leg, pick it all the way up, and land it off the side of the mat. Walk the hands up to your hips. So you've got right foot in line with that left knee, and try to lower this right hip so it's in line with your left one. The arms sweep up on the inhale, basket now behind the head on the exhale. Let the elbows press wide and press the head back into your hands. Take a lean out towards the left, and you'll feel your obliques start to fire up. Now moving with the breath, inhale, take it back to center, and exhale, lean now to the right. Inhale, center, exhale, left, inhale, exhale, right, inhale, left, inhale, exhale to the right and hold. The right hand can drop down to the leg, and the left arm can reach long. Now come all the way back up to center, and the hands come down to the mat. Right foot will pick up and land behind you, but we're going to take left knee, hug it into your center body, and then kick left leg in the air, three-legged dog. So in this side, we're gonna stack and roll open. So you can bend the knee, try to lift the knee higher towards the ceiling, and press the right heel down. Now straighten the legs, square off, and a big step top of mat. We'll take high lunge on the left side now. Inhale the arms up. And we'll go right into your warrior two. So drop the back heel down. Keep a nice lunge into this front knee and keep the shoulders over the hips. Let's straighten your front leg, flip the front palm, and reverse your triangle. Reach nice, long up and back. Back to two straight arms. Take the back foot, heel step it in about a half step or so. Triangle pose, thumbs dial up, reach out, kick that right hip back, and then right arm up, left hand down. If you want added core strength, take this left arm and float it out beyond the top end of your mat. Big breath in to come all the way back up to standing and hands to hips. Right foot is going to take a step in so that you're facing forward now. And again, the hands basket behind your head. So take a little turn over towards the left leg, elbows back, long spine to lean out and take a variation of a forward fold. Now we're going to take this into flight, so you can lift up a bit, bend into that front knee, and then float off of that back leg for a variation of your Virabhadrasana C. Extend the arms out in front of you, and then let's take a fold, fingertips to the mat. Right foot will step all the way back, and left foot will follow high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, low plank. To upward dog and downward face. Come back to the breath. Give the head a shake if you'd like. Now let's come back down to the knees and find that hero pose, or otherwise you're in your crisscross. Taking a moment to sit tall, relax the shoulders, and connect with your breath again. And then take a little lift off of the heels, the hips drop to the left as your feet sweep towards the right. A breath in to reach the arms up. Right hand comes over by the feet, and now the left arm takes the side lean. Again, the head is close to that left arm. You might even look towards the ceiling. Now you'll rotate the spine forward and towards the right for a fold. And then make a diagonal line, left arm up and back. With the breath, exhale, come forward. And inhale to open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And we pause here. Palm is facing up. Press the heel of the palm higher or even out, and then extend through the fingertips. Rest that left hand down. You'll come back to center to sit on the heels for a beat, and then unload the left foot so it's underneath the knee. We'll take a counter twist, left elbow just inside that knee, and make that connection point. Don't let the knee sweep the arm wider. Right arm up, and on your exhale, take your twist.
keeping that arm straight or wrapping around low back. Now, as you face forward again, we'll release the hands behind you, allowing the fingertips to face in. Start by straightening the arms, pressing your heart higher, and you can take it further by floating the hips. One of my very favorite stretches. And then lower the hips. Let's pass again through your tabletop. Once you have your hands and knees on the mat, take a moment to extend through each of the legs. Give a little kick to reset your knee joints. And then step back to your high plank. Big breath in here and an exhale, low plank. And then upward dog and downward facing dog. Check in to make sure your heels are spun out of your line of vision so you've got that internal rotation at the hips. Then left leg will float in the air. So we're keeping this leg straight the whole time. Stack the hip and try to press the pinky toe higher. Then we're going to square back off so the toes face down and glide all the way out to your three-legged plank. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale to stack and open. Inhale, squared off. And exhale, three-legged plank. And we'll take one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And plank. Inhale, three-legged dog, and then take a big step forward, left foot inside your left thumb, and we'll come up to your high lunge. And we'll straighten that front leg, find your steeple mudra. Squeeze those inner thighs together, and on an exhale, take your twist left. Inhale, face forward, and exhale, bend both knees. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale, bend, hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Come back up, let the arms go, take a hold of the hands behind you. Roll the shoulders down, lift your chest, and extend your spine. Now, as you come forward, bend that front knee and take a lean out. Float the arms off the low back. Let the arms reach forward for a breath, and then the hands come all the way down. Take a step back to find your high plank pose, and now the heels will drop right. You can always lower that right knee down, and the left arm will float up. And then reach it long beyond the top of the mat. If your right knee is lifted, lower it down. Let's come back up, float this left leg. The left leg sweeps over towards the left as your hand comes down. So your body is facing forward as you walk the hands up to your hips. This left foot can come back so it's in line with the right knee, and see about lowering that left hip. Arms reach up and basket behind the head. Let's start by taking a lean right. Feel the core and the abs. Keep breathing. And then inhale, center. Exhale, let's take it to the left. And inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale. And left. Inhale.
Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale left, pause. Left hand to the thigh and right arm extending. Bring yourself back up to center and relax the hands onto your mat. Left foot will step back, and then your right knee is going to lift up and kick right leg in the air, three-legged dog. Now we're going to stack the hip but bend into the knee and try to float that right knee even higher. Then extend the leg, square off, and a big step. So we'll come to high lunge on that right side. Inhale up. Let's go right to your warrior two. And then we'll reverse. Straighten that front leg and the right arm up and back. Come back upright, shorten the stance with that back foot in half step, and now it's true triangle pose. Take a glide out, and then let left arm lift up. If you went a little further on the first side, let that right arm reach all the way out beyond the top end of your mat. And a strong inhale up, hands to hips. Left foot will step forward so that your hips are square, about a leg's distance between the feet. Hands will basket behind the head. And you take a little turn over towards the right and then lean out. Once your hamstring feels that stretch, you pause. Coming into flight from here, warrior three. Bend the front knee so that you can lift off of that back leg and then work on extending both legs. Extend the arms for a breath. Lower the hands down and left foot steps. Right foot follows, high plank pose. Exhale, take your low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Walk the hands back to the feet. And then take your peace fingers, loop the big toes. Bend the knees if the toes seem really far away. Straighten the arms, pull your heart forward. And then exhale to forward fold. I like to shift my jaw side to side, give my head a shake around. Then find straight arms and bring hands to hips. Your inhale takes you all the way up to standing. So you'll be at the back end of your mat. Let's take the top of your right foot and just drop it behind you. Right hand at hip, left arm up overhead. So we're going to float off of that back leg and lift as tall as you can. And now take left elbow and try to bring it towards your right knee. Curl in. Inhale, you take a nice extend. And exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Now inhale to extend again. Left hand to hip, right leg out in front, give it a spin and drop that foot about halfway up your mat. Now the top of your left foot drops down and we're going to take full dancer pose. So the right arm is up, left arm is out. Lift off of that back leg again, but now bend into the knee and you'll take a hold of that back ankle. Bring the knees in towards touch. You think about lifting as tall as you can and then press out and up with that left foot. Now come back to center, hands to hips, left leg out, give it a spin, left foot to the top of the mat, and you'll bend both knees. So figure 4, right ankle on top of your left thigh, hands to heart, and you can take it deeper. Now let's come all the way up to standing. Extend right leg, drop it down, and pedal out. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, take your fold. Plank pose, inhale. Low plank, exhale. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Let's come forward to sit. Straighten the legs. So we're going to come into a Gomukasana Leg Bind. So we'll start by taking the right knee, bending deeply, and then trying to stack the right knee on top of left one or as far over as works. Now this can be your pose. Or you might take a bend into that bottom leg as well and try to work the feet in an even line. Now, if your right hip is super hiked up, this might not be the best shape for you, and you can keep that bottom leg straight. Let's take a hold under that top knee. Pull yourself slightly forward so that you're not slouching. Inhale. Let's drop the chin. Exhale. Now lift the chin. This can definitely be your pose. If you think you have further to go in the hips, you can walk the hands out in front of you and drop the chin or the forehead towards that top knee. And then walk yourself back up. We'll add a twist, right hand back, left hand just underneath that top knee or maybe to the outside of the knee, and then take your twist. Now we'll come back to center. Both of the legs are going to return straight out in front of you. Give a little shake. And then take left foot, step it all the way across, and we'll take a counter twist. So now the right arm wraps around and the left hand is back. And then reface forward. Straighten that leg, one more bounce, and then we'll take a vinyasa. Come forward and plant your hands. Stepping back to your plank pose and exhaling to your low plank. Lifting to your upward face and let the hips rise, downward facing dog. Again, let's walk the hands backwards to the feet. And this time, lift the feet up, slide the palms underneath. See if you can have the thumb and the pinky on either side of the foot. And then a big breath, nice long spine, and the exhale to fold. Feel free to wiggle the toes around on the foot. Maybe you're all the way at the wrist with the toes, giving your hands a massage. Then you'll look down, remove the hands to your hips, and come all the way up to standing again. It's the top of your left foot that drops back and the right arm to sweep up. Float off of the back leg, take a nice inhale. And on an exhale, we curl in. You might not tap, but just see how close you can get. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, curl. Take your time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to extend. Hand to hip, kick left leg out, and then drop it halfway up your mat. Top of the right foot is down now. Left arm up and right arm out. So coming into dancer pose. Float the back leg, bend the knee, take a hold of ankle. Knees should be touching. And then you take a lean up and just a little bit out. Kick this right foot up. So we're working this extension of the spine, not a forward fold. Hands to hips, kick right leg out, and then step it to the top of your mat. Bend into both knees, and now left ankle up to the thigh. Hands at heart center. You can sink your hips to a figure 4 standing balance. Steadily rise up, extend, and drop down for a pedal. And then vinyasa, clear the slate. Breath in takes you up. Breath out to fold. Plank pose, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale. Down dog, exhale. Let's come to sit again. So take the same shape you found on the first side, not going any deeper than you did on the first side. We'll start by taking the left knee, deeply bend it, and try to stack it over the right one. So knee to knee pose. You stay here, or you take that right foot to the opposite side. So this is your leg bind, is your Gomukasana cow face pose. Working the feet to be in a straight line, but that might not be you today. Basket that top knee. Notice if you're leaning back or forward. Try to get right down on the sits bones, and then drop your chin to chest, Jaladhara Bandha. Inhale to lift your chin. And if you had further to go, you can walk the hands out in front of you. And then come all the way back up. We'll add the twist. So the right hand comes to the thigh or knee, and the left hand wraps back. Unravel the legs, come face forward. And we'll take the counter twist. So it'll be your right foot stamping across, wrap the left arm around, and tent the right hand back. And then come to face forward. Straighten both legs out in front of you, and we'll take one final forward fold, your Paschimottanasana. So sit tall, belly button in. Imagine your heart can go beyond the feet, so you're thinking out in your fold as opposed to just down. And then come back up. We'll take very final vinyasa. Roll forward and plant your palms. Take your plank pose on the inhale. Glide forward and lower low plank. Upward face and downward facing dog. You can take a few more petals and rocks and rolls, noticing how this very final downward dog may feel very different than the first. Then let's come to sit and go all the way down onto your back. Wrap the knees in, give a nice squeeze or rock side to side. Now keep just the right knee hugging in and the left leg rests long on the mat. And then into a half happy baby. So the right foot faces up. You can take a hold of the outside of the foot or even behind the leg. And we're drawing that thigh down, but also in. So you don't want this leg just splaying off to the side of the mat. Left hand can guide left leg down. Now take that knee, hug it in, and let it cross midline for a twist. The right arm can go out as well as the gaze. Then come back, float that right leg in the air, give the ankle a spin. And now let the right leg go long. Might feel much longer than the left leg. Hug left knee in. Then we've got the half happy baby on this side, Ardha Ananda Balasana. So you're working the thigh down and the knee in, right hand to the top of right thigh. Then hug the knee in and let it cross midline. Left arm out, gaze can follow. Then back to center, extend that left leg, circle the ankle. Hug both knees in, and you can work a full happy baby. As you take a tip over towards the left, maybe try extending through the left leg. Bend the knees at center, and then you can tip to the right and work on extending right leg. A couple more breaths, happy baby. And then let's let it go. Finding your Shavasana shape. Legs go long, arms by your sides.
Big breath in, and then sigh it out. Enjoy this rest. Enjoy and allow the body to slow down. Take a couple deep breaths to come back to the space. Move around ankles, wrists. Chin can drop to one shoulder and the other. Stretch the arms behind you, point the toes forward, take a long breath in and out. Wrap the arms around your knees and take a light landing on your right side. Come on up to a comfortable seat. Thank you so very much for joining your virtual practice with me in Tina's yoga room. Namaste, and don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy the rest of the day, yogis.